To show you guys something here real quickly and check this out. We're going to get the menu up here, and you can see here it clearly says mode 1, guys. Now, I have a problem with that. This remote advertises mode 1 or mode 2. I ordered it mode 2. Also, when I ordered two receivers. They're quite small. They're not quite as small as the one I bought, but they have all the connectors soldered already. All the pins, they're ready to just plug your connectors in. They are plug and play. They never came. Worse than that, I paid for them. They never showed up in my cart. They never showed up anywhere. But I did the buy now thing, and I had just bought them straight out. They never showed up in tracking, and they still haven't arrived. Worse than that, I got a Mode 1 remote. Well, that officially means that everything RC I have ordered from China so far, from AliExpress more specifically, not that there's anything wrong with AliExpress, they've been great. The stuff is arriving on time, I'm getting what I paid for, and it's coming as pictured. I can't complain. But I do have a problem with Flysky now, because they specifically advertise this as switchable between Mode 1 and Mode 2. It shows it in the settings. It makes it sound like you can switch this from Mode 1 to Mode 2 in the settings. Well, according to what I just found out, you can't. There's no settings for it. The remote doesn't cover anything like that in the manual. I mean, the manual is like 4 pages. So I'm getting more and more frustrated with this. So now that I've spent hours sorting out all this junk, binding it about 10 times, getting it to bind, figuring out what the positive and negative was because they didn't mark it, none of this is up to par as far as I'm concerned, engineering-wise, as far as quality goes. You look at the CSC, nothing is marked on the board, no positive, no negative, which means you may end up having to experiment just to find out what's going on. Or at the very least, do a whole bunch of research even after your parts arrive so that you can get them to work together. And when you finally do, like me today, I spent most of my day today doing this. It should have been a fairly simple job. Plug everything in, turn it on, arm, bind, easy stuff. I've done it literally hundreds of times before, and I've never had the kind of problems I've had with these remotes from China. Flysky, everybody's talking about how brilliant this is and how good a beginner remote it is. Yo, it's not a very good beginner remote if an experienced guy can't switch it from Mode 1 to Mode 2, especially when it comes in Mode 1. It specifically asked if I wanted it in Mode 2. I said yes. I didn't get that. I specifically paid separately for 2 receivers on the same page as I bought the remote. I never got them. So this has been not only a waste of money, but very frustrating. I could have just ordered it in North America, spent the exact same amount of money I have now spent, and got a decent digital remote, which sucks because I was really hoping to recommend these to you cheap. As it is, I've had it for quite a while. I still haven't had my first flight. Instead of being installed on the airplane, the electronics are sitting on the table because when I finally get to testing it and get everything bound properly, it's not even the right mode. I can't fly this. And not only that, there are no settings in it to change it, which means I now need to dismantle the remote, which will no doubt void the warranty. I wonder if they did that on purpose. And then, once I've dismantled it and swapped out the balls, the pots, and switched them right to left, now the right stick becomes my left stick and the left stick becomes my right stick. Or I'm guessing you could just swap the connectors out. So that's what I'm going to have to do. Now, I can't say that it isn't switchable. What I can say is that's hardly a beginner-friendly remote for those of us in North America who want to fly Mode 2. If you order it Mode 2, it should come Mode 2 already. The fact that they didn't do that at the factory is very frustrating because it was ordered that way. And it should come as ordered. Not, I ordered the Mode 1 version and you give me Mode 2. That's not very nice, especially when it's not directly switchable. There's no setting for it. I have to dismantle it for that. That is not the kind of thing I want to recommend for a beginner. And so, anyway, so this has just gotten very frustrating because what I really like to do is recommend to you a very cheap setup that will work. Unfortunately, I have tried the 2 cheapest setups I can find anywhere, and neither one of them works worth a damn, and I can't recommend them to you. For one, the settings in this are not exactly the most straightforward. This would be a great beginner remote if it actually came in mode 2 and they gave you a proper manual with it. It doesn't describe any of the settings. Look, something like this should come with a booklet, not a 4-page leaflet. It needs more information than this, guys. A lot more information. So I'm going to end this here. I know everybody's talking about how great this is, but really in the end I have to gripe over it. And I am griping about it because, not because I can't do it. I'm going to get this up and running. But because it's anything but plug and play. Not even close. It's not, oh, bind and fly. No. That's out the window with this stuff. You can't think in terms of bind and fly anymore, or ready to run, or anything like that when you're building from scratch anyway. But they have made this much more difficult than it needs to be, and it's now cost me, the 2 receivers that I didn't get cost as much as the remote. So in the end, I could have just gone and spent $150, bought a decent one that would have come with a receiver anyway, and been in the same place. Only I would have had a bloody manual that described the damn remote and taught me how to use it. It would have been switchable, mode 1, mode 2, either on a switch or in the settings. I mean, this stuff isn't hard to do, guys. This is not a bad product for the price, but you need to ship it correctly. That's on the shipper. They shipped a mode 2 version. That would have been fine. I would have been up and running already, and this would be just fine. So I don't even know who to blame for this. What my question now is, do they all come like this? All these sponsored guys recommending it, are they just bullshitting you? Is this really compatible with North America? I don't know. I ordered a mode 2. I didn't get it. I got mode 1 and videos online by Chinese guys on how to physically convert it from mode 1 to mode 2.